friends, Sarah here with Boho Stitchery, and it is Monday, so it's time for Make and Knit Monday. So if you want to learn how to knit, grab some needles and some yarn and join me for Making It Monday.
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Sarah, and today I am going to teach you guys how to make these cute little miniature teddy bears. They're really adorable, really easy, really quick. And I'm going to teach you, I'm not necessarily going to teach you how to make the knitted part of the pattern. You can really use any kind of pattern. I just use garter stitch. And one of the best things that I love about this, besides the fact that there is a little bit of sewing, but it's very minimal, very easy, is that you don't have to do any stuffing. It's made in one solid piece. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So for this project, the things that you will need are a knitted square. Here is one that I finished last night. And just so I could show you kind of beginning to end what it looks like, this is just a very simple, easy, oops, I've got my tails all knotted up here, but hang tight for just a second, guys. Well, it's knotted up with my other yarn here. Okay, anyway, I'm just going to clip this because it's knotted up with my yarn. So what we're going to do is you're going to need to have a square of some sort. Like I said, any knitted pattern will work. I just did garter stitch and I did it on the diagonal. So I believe I have a video on my YouTube channel on how to do this particular stitch. I posted it way back in like April. So I'll have to go back and see if I can't find it, and then I will link that video in the description box of this video so you can do this stitch if you want to use this stitch. Like I said, just real simple garter stitch, knit to increase and then down to decrease, but I won't get too much detail with that. You're also going to need a yarn needle. I've got this large-eyed tapestry needle. It's got kind of a curved tip. And you'll also want to have a pair of scissors. I just broke out my really pretty embroidery scissors that one of my friends, Bonnie, gave me, I believe for Christmas last year. She gave me these little crane scissors, so I appreciated that, so I wanted to show those off. So what you're going to want to do, and I didn't do this beforehand, but your short tail, I'm just going to weave this in real quick so you guys, we can jump right into this project, nothing fancy. You do want to leave one of your tails, usually my cast off tail, you want to leave maybe about a yard of extra yarn because that's what we're going to use to make our bears. So go ahead and make your square and then come back and watch this part of the video. So we are going to thread it onto our yarn needle. And let me kind of put my camera here on my tripod. There we go. So what you want to do is I'm going to take my piece, I've got my working yarn up here off to the right. You're going to want to fold your square in half. So just fold it over in half, find that center mark. And if you want to put a stitch marker there, you can, but you can kind of pretty much eyeball it. Then we're going to roll this side into that center line. So you want to roll it, I usually like to try to roll it like 3 times. I can get 3 rolls. And then you're going to do the same thing over here. So 1, 2, 3, try to do 2 or 3 times so they're a little bit tight. And then what you want to do is we're going to take our piece, you're going to take this top piece and you're going to twist it and bring it down in front of you. So now you have, it doesn't really look like a bear yet, but it's kind of a bear, I guess. So what you want to do now is, here's your working yarn. You can kind of thread it up through this loop here on the left. Just pull it, you know, nice and slow. You don't want to get everything tangled up like I did earlier, and I had it attached to another color of yarn that I had in my basket and it got all twisted. So now what we're going to do, now that we're kind of up to the center part, we're going to make our neck. So if you see this part of the bear, this is what we did. We threaded it through here, and now we want to just wrap it around really tight around the center part where our bear's neck is going to be. So I like to do it about 3 or 4 times, just however tight you want to make it. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we need to make the ears. So as you can see from this little brown bear I made, I did the same thing, wrapping it around each little kind of knot that it's up here. So what you can do is wrap it around the neck 3 or 4 times. I'm just gonna go under here and kind of weave it up through my bear's noggin here. And you can just eyeball it. It doesn't need to be perfect, of course, but you want it to... Oh, I got another knot. My yarn keeps knotting up on me for some reason, guys. Okay, let me pause real quick and I'll get this knot undone. Okay, sorry about that, guys. For some reason, I was all tangled up on me again and it wouldn't come undone, so I had to use my needle to pick the knot out. So I figured I wouldn't do that on camera. So now we're back to the front. If we flip it over, we wove it up about to where our ear is. You're going to kind of mold this right ear into the shape that you think looks nice. And again, we're going to just wrap it around a couple times, like so. And then I like to go kind of under, sort of in between the ears on the top of the head. I'm trying to do this without getting my fingers in the way, guys, so you can see what I'm doing. Sorry about that. So you just kind of weave it underneath the head of the bear. And now we're kind of over here to the other side. What you can also do is just take multiple strands or shorter strands and wrap it off and tie it. I just like doing it this way because then that's less ends I have to weave in. If you do one for the ears, one for the neck, then you have like 6 ends to weave in. But if you'd rather do it that way, if it's easier, then by all means. So then we're going to kind of mold it into the ear shape that we want. And then kind of pop it into the center. And there we've made an ear. So now you can kind of see it's starting to look a little bit like a bear. Now what I like to do, because you can see where we folded it, it's kind of bumped up. I like to kind of close up what I call these seams or these gaps. So let me zoom in a little bit here if it'll let me. So I'm just going to kind of go into a stitch across. Just kind of stitch them up. And these are really quick gifts if you've got a baby shower to go to. They make nice little gifts to go with like an Afghan or something. I also have made these and sold them at vendor shows that I've done in the past. And then I will donate a portion of those proceeds to St. Jude's, which, if you're not familiar with St. Jude's, it's a hospital that they deal with children with cancer, like childhood cancers. So I usually will donate the majority of the profits from my boo-boo bears, is what I call them, to St. Jude's. So that's always nice if you can do something like that for charity. I've also made some and donated them to local hospitals for their pediatric patients when they come in, or if you, I mean, I haven't done this, but I've kind of thought about donating to like the local EMS, the emergency medical workers, like the ambulances and things for kids that have to ride in ambulances if they're scared, to see if they want some of these, just because it might comfort, you know, little ones when they're in a scary situation. But yeah, they're great little gifts. They're tiny. You could obviously make them much bigger, you know, on a bigger scale, but I usually find that, like with this particular stitch that I used, oops, I think I've got my hair in there, that I increased to 45 stitches and then I decreased down, so it came out pretty good size. But that is how I make my boo-boo bears. I hope you guys found this video cute and helpful, giving you guys some ideas on things you can do. So yeah, that's it. So then once you've woven all your ends in a little bit, let me just kind of go through here. I'll just snip this off real quick. Then you have these cute little boo-boo bears. And if you wanted to, you could go through, I have gone through and kind of stitched the arms and the legs down more so they don't kind of come unrolled, but you don't have to. I think it'll stay in pretty good shape the way it is. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.